Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kati. Today I decided to share how I went down the rabbit hole when I started to use the Hobonichi Weeks. I have been now 1 year in the Hobonichi Weeks and I bought 3 of them last year. So I bought 2 megas and 1 normal, and I wasn't so sure then how I would use them, and the use has changed so many times now in the past year. But I think that's part of the process because I haven't used it before, and I had a plan for why I bought 3 and then it has changed, and I have also changed between the books. Everything is like so mixed up in these books, but now I have found peace in how I use them now. So this blue has ended up just to be a reference book. I'm slowly moving information from this book to my reference ring planner, so this is not in daily use and I won't need this anymore next year. This is my journal. It's the red Mega Weeks in here. It was called Paprika. And this I have in my own cover. So I have here in front, I have a memo pad, which I also have a journal. This is my relationship journal, which I like to have separate. And inside I have then my personal journal and some trackers that will be next year in my A6 Hobonichi. And then I have this one, and I'm so happy that I chose this one last year. I'm still loving this, and that's the reason why I have the cover, only this plastic cover here, because I don't know, I just like this design so much. And here I have everything I do online, so I have trackers and I do like a daily log of what I have done. So this is for YouTube and Instagram and everything. For next year I only bought 2, and I bought them both in the normal size, so no megas for me, because I really don't need those note pages in my use. And actually here, if you can see, I have actually taken here some note pages out, so just that I would get it slimmer. What I wish I would have known a year ago when I started this whole thing. As you can see, I only using the plastic covers from Hobonichi and my own. I have made this myself, this cork cover. But I've just then let everything I saw on Instagram and YouTube like lure me in the rabbit hole. And I ended up buying 4 leather covers that I'm not even using now. First I bought this Moterm cover, so it's the peplet black, very simple, and this is quite nice because it's like a tight fit. There is no back pocket here, but it's like I have just learned that I prefer plastic and cork. Then I bought another cover from Moterm, this smooth leather black red, and I have made separate videos of these if you want to see them more. This is nice, but this has the gold popper, and this is also very nice, and actually I prefer this now. So I have learned in this adventure that I prefer smooth leather, but I don't prefer leather, if that makes any sense. Then I went even deeper into the rabbit hole and I bought myself a Gillio. So I learned that Moterm was a Gillio dupe. So then I ended up like looking at what's Gillio, and yeah, I bought a Weeks cover. I still have my decoration here. And this is nice. This has a big back pocket. I have still some materials there, but I just learned that I don't like the bulk and the weight that it brings to the planner, and I don't like zipper pockets because I don't use them. I don't need the card pockets, and because I don't use it as a wallet, I don't take my journal when I go to the grocery store. And it's just, and I used them at home, but then I just realized it's so much easier and lighter to use it like this than to have it in this. I don't know. And it was hard for me to let it go. So I was like forcing myself to use it because I have paid so much for it. But then I just, and now yet again, it's so nice. It's so nice. But at least for now, I prefer it like this. I like to see this more than this. And the weight. I think it's like, yeah, I just prefer it like this. But because I was in the rabbit hole and there was something then on the website that was my like first choice. So my spouse bought me this as a birthday present this year. So it's the week's cover in pink, and it's like, I haven't looked at it in a few months and it's so beautiful. It's like, it's so beautiful, but just I don't know. That's why I have been struggling, like if I should try to sell them or just keep them and hope I will one day want to use them. But it's like, I don't know, they are still, I like them. And the bad thing is that I gave them names, so they are like, this is Oliver and this is Sakura. So they are like my children, and it's so hard to let them sit on the shelf and nobody is loving and using them. But I don't know, I just love my journal in this. I like how it feels. I like that I have the front pocket where I can have this memo pad, and I have fallen in love with this closure mechanism from Hobonichi, and it's like I have made it myself, so it's like special for me. And actually this is my second one, so this was my first try with this blue stitching. This doesn't have the pocket, so that's why I prefer this one now. But I would have been so perfectly fine with these two cork covers. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, you have to do things and learn on the way. At least I have. So I had my journal in here, and it would be nice, but at least for now I prefer it in this, and that's kind of sad and kind of a good thing, I think. So this was my rabbit hole, and it was an expensive rabbit hole, but they are still, I think they are beautiful. Maybe someday I will find a use for them. I don't know. Help. If you have any good advice, I would highly appreciate it. So I will keep using 2 of the weeks. I have bought only 2, and one will be for my online work and one will be for my journaling. And 2 things I wish I would have done a year ago. So I'm using here now this yellow stencil, and I'm loving the stencils now. I use them also in my A6 Hobonichi. So I wish I would have bought this already a year ago and started using it then. And then I wish I would have used this money in a few fountain pens and inks, so I would have nice pens to write in my Hobonichi Weeks. But I have told Santa Claus that I would want to have a fountain pen. So let's wish that he will make my wish come true, and I will have next year a nice fine nib or extra fine nib fountain pen that I can use for writing my journal. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.